Hello, one person that's in here. Do these people ever shut up or go out? Do they ever get laid? Do they do anything but sit on the internet like a bunch of fucking losers? Like, yet again, that fat bottom Penelope's up there running her fucking dick sucker. What a fucking little loser. And she's far from little, though. Let me make it very clear. It seems like some people are like really pressed by me, and it seems like that people are really pressed that Jules didn't attack me. Yeah, Jules having an opinion in a private setting that has nothing to do with her. Like, regardless of what I say, like, I wasn't making up lies about Jules or attacking Jules. None of that happened. So maybe people should take a little advice and try to do the same. It seems like they're always so scared, and they want to file like TPOs and be victims, yet they never shut up. How can you be a victim when all you do is talk and run your mouth about the people that you're supposedly afraid of? And let me make it very crystal fucking clear. Jules has never threatened George or anyone else. I have never threatened George or anyone else, but I'm telling you this. If it came between the two of us, I'm pretty sure that, you know, one of us would, and it wouldn't be Jules. Not in a negative way, but I'm just saying she isn't the type to run around and threaten people. I don't need to threaten people. I don't need to say anything. I think it's pretty fucking obvious. And they're both, like, aren't they both company owners and, like, living the best life and saving lives? Like, you have the money. Why don't you fly out to Arizona and see? Because unlike them, I'm not afraid of anybody, and I'm not going to sit here and get a TPO on some loser ass who can't even wash their face and hair regularly. I mean, none of them can. Hey, Chris, what's up? Me and Chris are okay now. We had a big fight yesterday, but it actually wasn't that big. It was just abrupt, but Chris apologized, and all is good. So that is good. We should go live later when I get back. I'm trying to figure out which. This light takes forever. Oh my god. So Penelope thinks because, let's see, when was I in her DM being like, oh my god, like, listen, Penelope, sweetheart, I love chickens, and I never asked for advice. I asked if the one that runs around the gym with you, or did run around the gym with you, like, I heard that they were pretty fucking stupid, so I was surprised that you were, like, domesticating, like, one of the stupid fuzzy chickens. Like, I just always thought they were stupid. The ones with the long hair, I mean, usually they don't have a lot of personality. So I was like, wow. And you got one of those weird ones, and they like you. I mean, I think they probably are just following the leader. I don't think they like anybody, but... Oh, well, Georgia's live, and they're mad because I guess George is now trying to push me off the internet, which they're not going to be the first, and they're definitely not going to be the last. And I, you know... He used his big old guns yesterday, Chris, and showed a DM of me apologizing for my microaggressions 2 months ago. And he was trying to start drama between me and others because it was a moment where I wasn't necessarily backing Jules on the whole Jim Terry thing. So I was kind of like, kind of backing away. But that was resolved 2 months ago. And I was like, yeah, I don't see that guy around regularly. And even if he was, what did I say? That just means I don't click on our channel. It's really that simple. Do people not know how to drive? Like, that person just bombed it right in front of me. Like, Jesus, there's no stop sign. I don't know. Lucky that I pay attention. God, I hate Arizona drivers. And I asked a basic question, why is it that Ohio trash is always wearing California sweatshirts? Has no one else noticed that? Like, Jen will wear them, and like, I give Jen the benefit of the doubt because she has family that was born and raised in California. So I've always been like, okay, like that made sense. I never asked that question with her because I know the answer to that question. Maybe I guess someone else has family that's from California. I don't know. It's funny because they always look like something you pick up at the fucking gas station at fucking Compton. But, you know, that's cool. I hope you're not buying them online at like markup. Like hit us up. I can get my friend to send me one for you. They're probably like $11.99 on the corner store. Yes, the regular. Bringing up old crap, expecting like, what is what is Jules gonna say? Oh my God, Amy, you didn't agree with me. You said my name, but I didn't talk shit about her. I didn't lie on her. That was it. Didn't talk shit. Didn't lie on anybody. So maybe you can see the difference between, you know, maybe Jen and others that continue to lie on her and have been for years, to the point where everyone believes the lies now. And it's like, I kind of, you know, it's hard to decipher for the newbies. Like, well, was she a sexual? Was she a madam? Like, at this point, I look at Jules like Heidi Fleiss. Like, if I was, like, new to this community, I'd be like, oh, shit, it's the Heidi Fleiss of the fucking bitch community. Hello, 7 weirdos. I like your name. Is there 7 of you? Is there, like, one that comes in with 6 weirdos? There isn't. I highly suggest that. Do you want some chocolate, Whitney? Don't take chocolate from strangers, Whitney. We don't know this person. Smacked it out of her hand. Chris, protect Whitney over there in Canada. Don't let her take that chocolate. It's a trap, Whitney. Oh my God, Whitney, when she was mad. When she did the George impression and you were like, God damn it. I was like, oh, she used the Lord's name in vain. I'm sorry, that was hands down the best fucking parody I've ever seen. You had the lip ring and everything. You're like, Jim, Can, Jules, loyal Jules. Oh my God. You and me and Chris are back together. Yes. We were like a true married couple at this point. Chris was having a moment yesterday. People go through shit. I get it. It was a little abrupt though, Chris. You have to admit. I just like said one thing and he was like, I'm dumping you. I'm like, the fuck? That's why I didn't really go live and like drag him too bad. I did get kind of mad this morning because I was like, that motherfucker still has me blocked. And I was like, fuck him and his dad. Sorry, Chris. I think we have bigger fish to fry right now besides me and Chris arguing and not arguing on the internet. You know, I will say that at least for the most part, we don't go online and we're like, you know, like leaking all of the bullshit. Like Chris just goes live and plays music, and like I just go live and talk shit about other people and like vaguely mention that we're fighting. Like, I don't know about vague. I don't know. I have the memory of a fucking... What has a bad memory? Fucking Dory? I have the memory of Dory. So don't hold it against me if I said something less than just like mentioning it yesterday. The mountain, you know the fake mountain, Chris? The big mountain, it looks exceptionally big and fake today. Exceptionally big and fake, that's what she said. They're building a house over here. You ever see a house get built and you're like, that's all it is? Like, that's some thin ass wood. I am currently driving by underneath the bridge over here because there was a stray dog that I saw that had like nipples, like it looked like it has puppies, and she looked like it was like a sandbag on the side of the road. It looked like she was like sniffing it, thinking it was like a bag of food or something. So if I can go find her, I'm gonna go get food and bring it back to her. Like, poor mama dog. And to be quite honest, it's right behind this neighborhood that's in front of this like little cut where the the ramp is, and very well she could be from one of these households. You see neighborhoods like this, and they kind of just let their dogs walk around like cats. It's weird. It's like I used to have neighbors in LA that, like, were from Mexico, and, like, they used to say, like, that's just how it is. Like, dogs just walk around like cats out there, and I'm like, yeah, but they don't hear. People aren't anticipating that, so I said nipples, doggy nipples. The doggy nipples were saggy. I was like, oh no, she has puppies and she's hungry. She didn't look too thin, but I'm still going to drive by and see if I can see her. So anyways, back to the idiots. I really don't see why I am, like, I don't know, am I second or third on the list? Because I know when they mention those two cunts, they're talking about Maria and Joel. Not usually talking about me. Like, am I obsolete? Like, do I just not matter? I'm just kidding. But yet they talk about me just as much as they talk about Maria and Jules. So I guess I'm just not as effective, or I'm not as much of an issue, even though you talk about me every fucking day. Even though your friend's a little stalking weirdo that likes to take money from old men on the internet and then try to get them, like, fucking, like, hemmed up for, like, talking to them. That is the most pathetic thing that you can do as a woman, is talk sexually to a man and then use said conversation against them and pretend like you weren't interested. That is, like, that is why she can only get guys on the internet. Because I am sure she has been there, done that with the white trash of Columbus. I'm sure. You're growing, and it shows. Thank you, Wind Whispers. I appreciate that. Yeah, I apologize for some things that I shouldn't have said. It's mentioned, like, how many times? Like, I'm not a racist person. I am from Los Angeles, and not California. Fuck you. You're not California. Where are you from? Someone that says that is probably from Sacktown or fucking the Bay Area. Like, yeah, you're not Californian. You're Northern Californian. You might as well be from Oregon. No offense if you're from Northern California, I'm just saying. Nothing's more California than Southern fucking California. When they're writing songs about California sun in the summer, they're not talking about the beaches of Northern California, let me tell you. Hollywood isn't in Northern California. No karma is a lack. Are you a drunk, unemployed, penniless loser that lives with his dad? Or are you just a pathetic, sober, gay, penniless loser that likes to run around and white knight for pathetic-ass other penniless losers on the internet? Is that what you are, Karma's a cat? Or Karma's a lack? Whoever the fuck you are? You seem mighty brave coming in here because you think that you can't be doxxed because you're a fucking faceless troll. People like you, we don't need your opinion. This is probably going to get me in trouble, but... Whoa! The heat. The heat melted the tape again. The heat melted the tape. They were definitely drilling for content on us. So, to answer your question, Karma is an idiot, or Karma is a cunt, or Karma is a not British, because trust me, if it was British, she would have named the account better. So, he is unemployed. What was the other question? You can answer it for them. I guess technically you're not unemployed, right? Like, he's not unemployed. He's just not currently working because his job was with said cunt that got all this legal shit going. So, and that bitch is a cunt. Sorry, Chris. So, you know, people say things when they're angry. But the thing is what people don't do is they don't care what a faceless troll has to say. I mean, some people do. I don't. I do not care what a faceless troll has to say. Let me reiterate that, because some faceless trolls like to threaten people's families or post pictures of people's grandchildren or stuff like that, thinking they're hard or some shit when they're not. So, you know, it's sad that some of the people that used to be cool and like to have fun are now rolling with some of the least fun people. Like, if you think running around with people and bitching about the same person every day is fun, then they have found their fun, let me tell you. Right? They can't keep the same idea. Excuse me. My God. You know, I honestly don't think any of them have jobs. I really don't. And then that's fine. Like, I don't even care. Who cares if you have it? I don't care how you make a living. I don't care what you do or any of that. That's the things that they care about. God damn. Hold on. Alright. So I somehow ended up a total other way of where I was trying to go. I only go off of what you said about your own boyfriend. He's actually my fiance. Thank you. And has been for quite a while. And it's null and void now, sweetheart. Did you not get the memo? It's funny. You could have came in last night and asked this question. Were you too pussy shit to do it then? How is it? Because he doesn't have a criminal record for assaulting someone. And how do you get a visa? It's pretty easy. So it seems like uneducated swine like yourself probably don't know how that works. Typically, you have to have a felony charge to not be allowed into either country. Okay, I really don't think weed charges applies anymore, but Jules might be right about that, but I really don't think that's true. I think she could easily fly into fucking Canada. It wouldn't be a problem. I don't think they're going to catch her at the fucking gates and be like, get out of here, bothead. But I could be wrong. He was never arrested. You don't know the situation. And if you like and Chris wants to discuss it, like, we can more than discuss it if he would like to. Maybe worry about your friend over there who has bruises on her hands, broken cabinets, and is continuously verbally assaulting and physically assaulting her boyfriend, and then worry about me. Also, it's not her fiance because she'll never get married. So why don't you go back over to Jen's where you're welcome and get the fuck out of here? Because no one cares about your opinion. You are feel free to have it, but it's null and void. So, and I can say whatever the fuck I want, and you can ask whatever questions you want, and I can answer them like I am. If you have a problem with that, then maybe not ask the question. It seems like you're trying to get someone upset, or you're trying to, like, say something that Chris doesn't know was said about him. Like, you're not effective here. Go away now. Bye-bye. I put it out there, so I will give them that win whispers, but I put it out there, we've moved forward, so it's like, you could have asked the questions when it was relative. Now it's not really relative. But why am I worked up? How am I worked up? What signifies worked up? Me telling you off? Me telling you how I feel? Me telling you to go to Jen's and maybe worry about your own friends rather than someone who you don't even know or like? Again, I don't see why you're over here, because your questions aren't relative and they're not doing any good. So, I mean, feel free to ask them all you want. Why am I short? I have my phone in front of the AC. I think that is what you're hearing. I'm not short of breath. So, it's weird that you think you can hear me breathing, but that's the AC. Phone's right in front of it. Fell off the little holder, I had to catch it. Now I'm holding it in front of the AC because it's hot. Arizona sun. Any other questions you have? These ones are getting to be a little bit more like relative. Non-confrontational, but with nefarious intentions. Karma, what is that? What? If that's what you want to believe, Chris. Non-confrontational, but with nefarious. Oh, them? Yeah. I don't necessarily think it's nefarious. Have I overdosed on Zepbound like Ozempic? No, I haven't. The side effects are a lot better. I didn't overdose. The dose was too high, which can cause violent vomiting, including to the point where you have to go to the hospital because your organs could shut down. Didn't get there. Did start throwing up blood, but, you know, Zepbound is a lot smoother on the side effect area. Actually, I went up my dose yesterday from 2.5 to 5, and I didn't feel any difference, actually. I drink Ozempic. I wouldn't do that. I mean, I don't think it would do anything if you drink it. I just don't think it would taste very good. Hey, I know, you busy mom. I'm pulled over now, but I am going to drive to the weed store. Is that okay? I got to figure out how to get this. I mean, I'm going to have to, like, buy some, like, alien tape or something that, like, has heat resistance, because this is pretty much pointless. Stick it in your home. It needs, like, a new spot and, like, really, okay, it ain't doing shit anymore. Well, that's garbage. We're just going to throw it over there. So now that Karma's a cat, do you have any more questions? And go back to George being pathetic along with his 27-year-old friend who doesn't have a real-life boyfriend and is sitting in a home with a toddler but is on the internet because, you know, that's what mothers with toddlers like to do around here, I guess. You know, my kids were toddlers and it was 9 o'clock at night. I don't know. I can't say that I was on the internet dragging people. I did back then used to go live and talk content back when my kids were toddlers, but it was only for an hour and it had very, very specific topics. So, I don't know. That's a little different in my opinion, but teach their own. So now we have to backtrack from where we came because I am confused as fuck where I am at. I will say this, Tucson is a very big small town. Like, it has very small town vibes to it, but it is huge, and you turn down a street that you would think would just be, like, one block, and it ends up opening this whole, like, desert community, and you're like, where the fuck did all these houses come from? 5 minutes later, you're like, where the fuck did I come from? So, maybe that's just me. I don't know. So, what else is there? Let's see. Oh yeah, Reddit thinks that I'm yet again in control. Jules in control of me, and me and Jules haven't. She didn't say go live and talk about Jen more. Like, do you really think that's what's happening? It's kind of getting old at this point. It's just dumb. Like, honestly, just dumb as fuck. But it's not fun, and I cannot see where I'm going. I cannot see anything while driving with the phone down like this, which is annoying. So I don't know if it's like moving orientation. So if you can't hear me, that's what happened. Bear with me. Thank you. Bear with me one moment. Thank you so much. This is a young mom over there with her toddler child riding a bike. That is what young mothers should be doing with their toddler children. And then when their toddler children go to bed, they should do something productive. Probably go to bed kind of early too. God knows those toddlers get up early, and when you've been up all night, I don't know how you're getting up early with them. Yeah, I can barely function having, because God knows most of these people, children's fathers aren't involved, so they don't have the luxury of having a built-in babysitter or because they have another parent to take over. I have that luxury, but I don't know how I would find the time if I had to run and save lives all day and, you know, work multiple locations and, you know, do anything productive as a parent and then on top of it run around on the internet and talk shit all night, whew, that is like kudos. He showed you the messages of what? There were no messages about me ODing on Ozempic. Again, I didn't OD on Ozempic. I got sick from side effects of taking too large of a dose. You know, these are things that you can simply Google, Karma's a cat. It's really simple. Like, well, I guess you can Google, can you overdose? But, like, if I had overdosed from Ozempic, you would know that I would have been in a hospital with, like, kidney failure and, like, liver failure and shit like that. So, that didn't happen, therefore I didn't OD on it. Did have bad side effects. And I did pretty much every time I took a dose of that shit. It just varied in how extreme they were. But, yeah, that one time. Not good. Deadly. Now we're using Deadly as a... Deadly, the one that said he killed somebody and goes around talking about raping little girls? Like, blatantly on his community tab? That Deadly? Yeah, let's use that person to validate truth. So that sounds like a lovely thing. Yeah. This is the kind of common sense that comes out of, like, y'all. Just FYI, Karma's the cat. This is why people don't like you, nor do they give a fuck about your opinion, because you're dumb as rocks. Like, yeah, I was probably, well, no, I think Jen was the last person in this community to still give Deadly a chance. I think we know that, given that she was talking to him to the point where she had multiple phone numbers of his. One thing I've never had is, well, not ever, but in the last, like, year and a half, have not had Deadly's phone number, Google number, anything like that. So, can't say the same for her, and that's bad, because the last year and a half has been Deadly at his worst. So to be like, oh yeah, I have all of his numbers, I just forgot to block that one. Like, you guys, really? Like, you need to pay attention. Pay attention. No, don't pay attention. You're too stuck in the fucking... You're not even paying attention to the present. Like, Jen just basically blatantly told y'all that she talks to Deadly. But she was like, but I know I shouldn't. And left a door open for him to contact her. And then he threatens her. And she's like, I'm not going to stand for that, sort. Then you should have blocked him. And probably not ever have given him your number, because everyone on the internet before you pretty much said not to do that. But whatever. But anyways, I was one of the last ones that was, you know, still trying to give Deadly a chance, and so I just find it hilarious that you would come in here and use that as a measurement of validity. Like, you're funny and have a low IQ. But I appreciate your tenacity of staying in the chat. I'll give you that. Whoever you are, you have like, you're not being rude. That's the only reason why we haven't, like, kicked you, because you're not being genuinely rude or anything. You are just stating facts and asking questions, you know. That's cool. I'm okay with that. Now, it starts to go too far, that's when I start kicking people. So I do appreciate you not necessarily liking us, but coming in and not being a complete and utter trash bag. So that is appreciated, because it's quite refreshing. You know, back in the day, people could hate each other and still get on panel with one another and would just argue it out. And for the most part, it would be squashed for maybe a couple months, and then it would happen again. But this day-to-day back and forth is just, I don't know why anyone, what is this truck doing? Oh my God. I wish I could have shown, I wish my camera was on pointing, because that was crazy. Anyways, distraction, hold on. Oh, what? Maybe it's the desert. Maybe there's people are driving dune buggies. And by the way, that's what I want to do. I want to get me a fucking ATV and go ride in the middle of the fucking desert. I'm gonna have to wait until, like, fucking fall, because I think I've surpassed the time frame that was doable, but when summer's over, I'm telling you. No, I said you're not being rude. Exactly. So I think by now everyone knows that when I argue with my partner and they're semi from the internet, like me, okay, so for instance, without upsetting Chris, me and Muggsy were nothing but publicly in a relationship. Me and Chris have been we started publicly, and like for the most part, our relationship stays off the internet except for like when we fight. But even then, it's nothing like it was when me and Muggsy fought. You know what I mean? We're not putting everything out there. Now, did I say something about him privately? Yes, I did. Should I have done that? No, I probably shouldn't have, but I was mad. And he got mad at me randomly because Chris actually hasn't, I don't know, you know what, I don't want to give your business away, but I am going to run into the marijuana clinic and can't go in with the phone on. So I'm going to let you guys talk in the chat, and I'm just going to run in with my wallet, and I will be right back. And then we will finish this conversation. I appreciate the way Carmen is openly without asking questions. You have a good night as well. All right. Let's see, what are we at? 39. I'm like, should I just start up when I get home from, like, restream maybe? I think I'm going to do that. So we will continue this. I will have Chris come up. Amen, Chris. So I'm going to end this and go in, but we'll see you guys later.